Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see by the screen, I'm going to be ranking every single Fortnite season from best to worst in my opinion. So obviously, as you can see here, we have the best tier, which is God tier, then amazing, good, meh, delete it, and the ones I didn't play. So obviously up at number 1, we have Chapter 1 Season 1. This is obviously when Battle Royale first started. Nick30 and those kind of streamers were just starting to play the game. Sadly though, I did not actually play this season, so I'm going to have to put that in didn't play. Then this season, Chapter 1 Season 2, I did play a little bit at my friend's house and it was extremely fun. I'm pretty sure this is when Tilted Towers first released. It was obviously the first battle pass, and you know, Fortnite was beginning to blow up here, so I'm going to put this in good tier because I did play a little bit. Next, we have Chapter 1 Season 3. Again, guys, sadly, this season I did not play. But, I mean, the Battle Pass looks pretty cool, and it did have John Wick, which is now an extremely rare skin. Okay, so this is Chapter 1 Season 4. This is actually the season I started playing, and I bought my first ever skin. Well, I bought the starter pack, and this season was extremely fun. I remember, like, it was movie-themed, like, superhero-themed. And, yeah, I remember Omega was really hard to rank up. But I'm going to have to put this in amazing because, to me, it was when I first started, and it was very fun. Chapter 1 Season 5. So this was in the summer when I was a lot younger, and I remember playing Fortnite every single day at the time. This was like the funnest season in my opinion. I would play with my friends, we'd log on together, and we just grind out the game. So I'm going to have to put this in God tier because of all the nostalgia. And I also have the entire Battle Pass. Well, not the entire Battle Pass, but I do have a lot of the skins from the Battle Pass. And I love that season so much. Alright, now we have Chapter 1, Season 6. So yeah, I didn't really play this season too much, so I'm going to have to sadly put in didn't play. But I know this is when the pets were first released. And like, they were like the coolest thin. Well, in my opinion, they look pretty cool. Alright guys, now we have Chapter 1, Season 7. This is obviously when the planes were released. There was a Santa Claus guy. I can't remember if he was good or bad. And also the sword was released. The Infinity Sword was like, or Infinity Blade was crazy. I remember like everyone was getting destroyed by the sword. And it was like very intense. And the planes were extremely fun. So I'm going to have to put this in. I'm going to put it in meh because I didn't really play this one too much. And I didn't really keep up with it. Chapter 1, Season 8. Bro, I remember this one. This was so fun. The main thing I remember was the Floor is Lava game mode. That was like so cool. Obviously that was released this season. I remember playing it a lot. And this is back when I was playing on Switch, so I was terrible at the game. But I'm going to put this in... I'm going to put this in good. Alright, now we have Chapter 1 Season 9. Honestly, I love this season. I remember they added the... I don't know if they added the block this season, but there was a block where like people could create their own POI. And it was extremely cool. There was also hoverboards, which I absolutely loved. They had Neo tilted, they had everything like that. I'm going to put this in amazing. Alright guys, now we have Chapter 1 Season X. Again, this is a season which I did not even play. I remember there's a bunch of downtime. I remember people saying that it was way too overpowered, like all the weapons. And I remember people just not liking the season because of the mechs, whatever they were called, I'm not sure. But yeah, I remember people not really liking the season and I didn't really play it, so I'm going to have to put in didn't play. Alright guys, now we have the start of Chapter 2. So this is Chapter 2 Season 1. This is going to sound so bad, but again, I did not play this season. But from looking back at videos, it was an extremely long season because this is when lockdown was starting and there was like barely any updates. So honestly, I'm going to have to put this in delete it because I'm pretty sure it's like 4 to 5 months or something like that. It's way too long. Alright guys, this is now one of my favorite seasons, Chapter 2 Season 2. This is the agency season. This is when all the bosses were first introduced. You had Brutus, Midas, Sky, the Boombos, Meowscles, all of those, man. This is honestly the best season in my opinion. This is going to be a have to go in God tier. One thing I loved about this was landing at the agency and just getting absolutely bodied. And this is when I also started first making videos. So if you go back in my channel, go to the oldest videos, you will see me recording videos off my phone of that season. It was a very fun season as well because we're in lockdown. We had so much spare time. So I'd hop on with all my friends, we'd all play together. And also even the challenges, I remember trying to get gold PD because I just enjoyed the game so much. And also there was the Travis Scott concert, which was like a first and it was so cool. Another thing is I feel like what makes the seasons a lot better is when you're actually playing with your friends. So that's definitely very important. Alright guys, now we have Chapter 2 Season 3. I also made a video when this season first released. This is obviously the water season. I remember the mythics being extremely fun this season. They're very fun to play with. I'm pretty sure you had kits like Impulse Grenade, Cannon or something like that. It was very, very cool. The skins were cool. Again, we were still in lockdown, so I was playing the game so much with all my friends. And this was another really good season, so I'm going to have to put this in amazing. Alright guys, now we have the Marvel season. Bro, Chapter 2 was just amazing. So Chapter 2 Season 4. This season was an absolute banger. Obviously, I loaded up the game, I remember seeing Iron Man and all the Marvel people and just thinking this is going to be the best season ever. And it was. You know, we had all the mythics. We had like the Stark rifle. I remember the Stark POI, that was 100% my favorite place. I remember playing on PC. I think I started in season 3. So I remember like banging out PC, trying to get better at the game. And I played this game so much. We had all the amazing mythics, the cool skins, and all the like fights. And I remember the live event being really fun as well. So that's also gonna have to go in. Do I put in God tier or amazing? I'm not even sure. I'm gonna put in amazing. Honestly, guys, I'm gonna change chapter 2 season 3 into good. Because, yeah, I mean, it did get very boring after a while because it was a very long season as well. Alright, guys, now we have chapter 2 season 5. I remember this coming out, and 0 Point was obviously around. We had the Mandalorian Club, which is very fun. But honestly, I remember getting bored of this season, and actually I stopped playing it because I just got bored of it. So I'm going to have to put in meh. I don't know, there's just something about, although there was a very cool thing where you could go into the sand. You could also go into the 0 Point orb in the middle. And this one, the storyline was also starting to, you know, come together a bit more with all the Jonesy and everything like that. Alright, guys, now we have chapter 2, season 6 of Fortnite. I remember the chicken skin this season. That was a very cool skin. I'm pretty sure this is the primal season. I remember logging in like, whoa, these guns. I've never seen any of these guns before. There was also chickens and wolves, which is completely different. It's like we just completely went back in time. And it was quite hard at the beginning. I remember trying to play arena, and it was very challenging. And I mean, this season was quite interesting. A lot of people didn't like it, and I agree with that. This season, the guns were atrocious. It's very hard to get wins, and I just did not find it as fun. So I'm going to put this in meh. Chapter 2, Season 7. This invasion season was so cool. I remember it. The aliens were there. There was alien ships that would be in the sky. And I'm pretty sure you could get abducted and play a game like mid-game, which is extremely sick. Like, that was very cool. It's very new to the game. And it brought like all new ray guns, all the new alien guns. I remember that. The only thing is I did get bored of the map because they weren't really updating the map too much. But yeah, this season was very fun. I don't think it was that good. I remember, honestly, I do really enjoy the spaceships. But again, I did get bored of it. So that's going to have to go in good because it was still a very good season. It's still very fun. Alright guys, now we have chapter 1, season 8. This was the one where you could get the sideways rifles or all the sideways zombies and stuff. Or the sideways rifles or sideways zombies. It's very cool. But honestly, I don't even remember too much about the season. Wait, no, there was the princess, like the cube in the middle. Like the prince cube or something about that, like princess cube. I don't know what it was called. But this season, I don't think it was that good. So I'm going to just put it in meh. I don't think it was that good. Alright guys, now we have chapter 3. I remember this season coming out, we had the new Spider-Man, we had an entirely new map. Obviously the Spider-Man collab, we had the Spider-Man POI. Yeah, so obviously we had the Spider-Man collab and it was very cool. I remember like just having a new map, and because it was a new chapter, it's very cool. But I don't remember much else apart from that. I don't think there were really many updates throughout the season. So honestly, I'm just gonna, I want to put in delete it, but at the same time, if it wasn't there, then we wouldn't have the whole chapter 3. Yeah, honestly, guys, I feel like something about this map, it just was not as interesting as the other one. So I'm going to put in delete it. You might not agree, but that is my personal opinion. I think the main reason why I didn't really enjoy chapter 3 as much is because I wasn't really playing as much Fortnite at the time. I remember getting quite bored of the game, so I wasn't really playing it too much. But yeah, chapter 3, season 2. This was the Resistance season. I'm pretty sure this is when they bought the battle bus and then you could fight with it. Honestly, I don't remember anything about this season. Oh wait, no, there was tanks this season. The tanks were extremely OP. But again, I didn't really play too much of it, so I can't really put in didn't play. I'm just gonna have to put in delete. I'm sorry if you don't agree, but just personally, I didn't play too much of it. Alright guys, so up next we have chapter 3, season 3. Okay, I do remember this season dropping. It was very cool. There was a POI which had like a roller coaster which you could use the balls. Honestly, I forgot what the balls were called. But you could use the plunger balls, whatever they're called, man. There were also these massive mushrooms which you could jump on. Chainsaw rifle gun thing. The chainsaw was also released this season, which was an extremely cool weapon. Very new to Fortnite. I remember like the whole vibe around the season was just it being fun and a bit more relaxed. So I'm going to put in meh as well because I didn't really play this season too much. It was good, it was fun, but yeah, I didn't really play it as much. Alright guys, up next is chapter 3, season 4. This is obviously when Chrome was introduced. We were very deep in the storyline at this point and it was actually very cool. But again, I don't know, there just wasn't much updates in this season. I don't really remember much, so I'm going to also have to put this one in meh. Alright guys, up next we have chapter 4, season 1. Obviously, it's a new chapter. Everything's going to be new and it's going to be extremely fun to play. I remember having like medieval towns, or my favorite item was introduced, which is the motorbikes. And obviously, because it's a new chapter, everything's going to be new. So I did quite enjoy this season, so I'm going to put in good. Alright guys, now we have chapter 4, season 2. This season was when we got like the Neo tilted kind of POI. We had those motorbikes which you could speed up like crazy. They were extremely fun. But again, I didn't really play this season too much. There was also the Futurama collab, where we got the Futurama weapons, which are very fun to use, which you can actually check out in my other video where I went over the top 10 Fortnite items that you forgot about. So check that out. But yeah, this one I didn't really play too much, so I'm just gonna have to put it in meh. Alright guys, now we have chapter 4, season 3. This was the wild season where we had like the jungle stuff, dinosaurs that you could ride. I don't remember them. Honestly, I don't even remember playing this season at all. I must have played it because I played every single season, but I do not remember this at all. So honestly guys, I'm going to have to rate this as I didn't play it because I do not remember it at all. Alright guys, now we have chapter 4, season 4. I do remember this season. This one was quite fun. We had the vaults back, we had C4 back. I did not get the battle pass sadly, so I did not get KB Lame, whatever. But there was also like an agency kind of POI. But I don't remember the bosses being too good. So I'm going to put this one in meh because again, I didn't really play much this season. Alright guys, now we're going into the OG season of Fortnite. I loved this season so much. I remember bringing my friends back. It was only a month, which is not long enough. But it was very fun how it went through the different seasons. And I'm super excited to see what they do with the next OG Fortnite. But because this is so fun, we brought back all the old people, even the old streamers as well, and all my friends came back on, and there was constant updates, and it was a month, so that you had to play every single day. I'm going to put this in amazing. Alright guys, now we have chapter 5, season 1. I remember when it's first released, there was a new train, entirely new map, but one thing which I hated, which I still do not like to this day, is how they slowed down the running or walking speed, and also the bullet drop. Like honestly, I don't even know why they changed that, but there were very cool bosses. Obviously we had Peter Griffin, we had the lion guy. Yeah, we had some cool bosses that season. There was some cool out underground stuff, but this one is gonna go in meh because I feel like they also didn't do enough updates and there was nothing too crazy about it. Alright guys, now we have the season where I started posting shorts. Chapter 5, season 2. This season was honestly extremely fun. We had the Zeus, we had Hades, we had all the bosses, man. It was very cool how they implemented all like the Greek god mythology, all of that. It was honestly very fun to play at this time, especially because I was posting shorts, and there was actually quite a few updates where they add new weapons such as Chains of Hades, and actually I think this might have been the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles up there. I can't quite remember, but this season is gonna have to go in amazing because obviously I started posting shorts for you guys. Alright, now we have the season which we are currently in, which is chapter 5, season 3. So far I think this season's quite interesting. We have like a whole new biome with the sand. We have the new kind of cars which you can boost in, all the new upgrades for the cars, and it is very fun. I do enjoy the cars. I haven't gone really much for the mythics and I haven't been playing much this season, but the update's looking quite good, and especially the guns are very fun. It's still very fresh, so I'm going to put this in good for now and we'll see if it changes over time. But yeah guys, that is my tier list. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Let me know what your opinions are and if you agree with me in the comments, and also don't forget to use code Arctic Panda in your item shop, and also like the video, share the video and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Alright guys, have an amazing day. Goodbye.